Welcome to JB Sports. I'm your host, John Laverne, and today we are going to get into a little bit of NFL and then some basketball, USA Olympics team, as to be specific. But first, I'm going to go into a contract. DJ Moore, 4 years, $110 million. That is a pretty substantial contract for him. I mean, I think he deserves it. Last year, he played pretty good for having a subpar QB play from quarterbacks like Justin Fields, Tyler Bagent, whatever his last name is. So I think he's done very well for what he's had in Chicago already. I know he's played 1 year, but it was one of his better years. And with that type of quarterback room, you don't get much better than that. So him being there for 4 extra years is a very big help for Caleb Williams very big help as a more number one receiver spot because he's got DJ Moore, Roma Dunes, Keenan Allen. Like, you don't get a much better start from that, like I've said before. So that him having DJ Moore for a guaranteed 4th season when DJ Moore is just getting better will help them so much. I think that you should keep him. You should try to keep Keenan Allen for maybe the rest of the time he has left because I think he might be getting a lot older, so you don't know how to use the production. But Romadunza, that is a guy you're going to want to keep as he works with Caleb Williams because now, while he is a good asset and he's getting better, they do need to figure out how well DJ Moore works with them, but I'm pretty sure they've done enough with preseason where you understand if they work well together or not. But it could be totally different in a game. Like I said, with Commander stuff. Like, I'm talking about how Daniels, he can be really, really good in preseason and warm-ups and workouts and stuff, but it needs to translate to the game. So we'll figure out if they work together. I think they'll do totally fine. Caleb Williams is going to be a talented QB nonetheless. You'll see if he is good enough to be in the NFL level, but I think he will be fine, saying he's one of the best QB prospects we've seen in a very long time. So, next, we're going to go into NFL preseason. Bears, Texans yesterday. Bears pick up the win because the game got stopped early in the third quarter, I believe. Yes, third quarter. I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't mean too much. It was more just to see what the new things with the NFL will be, the new rules, the kickoff rule, stuff like that. You didn't get a chance to see the kickoff, like the onside kick, but that's just, I think a team has to be losing or something like that, and it has to be in the fourth quarter. So I don't really think that's too much overall change, just because you don't really see many onside kicks in the NFL too much, I feel, but you never know. It could really hurt someone in a game. Could really screw them up. The new kickoff, I think it's gotten on a lot of people's nerves somehow already. I get what they're trying to do. It's like they're trying to limit the injuries on kickoffs because kickoffs can actually cause a lot of injuries. But hopefully it only lasts like a year because, while it's only been a small sample size, you don't know how it works. It kind of looks a little weird. I think they shouldn't try to change the type of football that made the NFL, which they've already done a lot of course, but at least try to keep it the way it was before getting like the hit rules and all that stuff. So overall, watching it for the first times, I think hopefully it only lasts a year. It's not terrible. Like, it works. It gets the job done. It just looks really goofy. So if they just limited that to this year and switch it back to NFL, normal kicking rules, that would be great. The onside kicks, I don't really think that matters too much just because you usually only do an onside kick when you're down. So we'll see how that goes near the season because you don't know if it'll mess someone up. You don't know what it'll do to someone in the season. So we'll see where that goes. Then I want to go into the men's basketball team, the Avengers, Lay Avengers, Captain America, as they're calling LeBron now, whatever it is. I think it's funny, but I think it's pretty easy to say we have the gold pretty much in check already because you have some of the top. You have the top basketball players in the world on the team already. So if we didn't win the gold, that'd be kind of sad. But I think we got it pretty locked down. We had some close calls already in some of the games, which I found kind of crazy because, it is the best basketball in the world, no matter what the runner thinks it is, even though our track and field team is going to get us back to top of the gold medals. Mind that, because I think they just set a new record or I forgot what it was. I'll figure it out. But they set a new record. So, honestly, the games haven't been too terrible. Score-wise. United States versus South Sudan, 103-86. South Sudan, pretty sure they haven't been playing basketball in the Olympics for a long time. Well, this might be the first year. They did pretty good from what I've been hearing. Then you have United States versus Serbia, 110-84. That was, I think, just a fun game just because there's Jokic. You want to see how Jokic feels. Honestly, I think he was pretty passionate for being in a basketball game. I think since it's more his country, he'll want to be playing. He wants to play more intense for them because I could see him yelling at teammates, getting mad, and then just seeing him go against LeBron, who he beat, to get to the final in the playoffs one year. You finally have him against Anthony Edwards after they lost to them. So it was a lot of dynamics that went into it that didn't matter too much, but you just want to see how it plays out, just because it's a lot of bad blood. Not bad blood, but there's a lot of open wounds to say from some of the playoff basketball that we've seen recently to kind of digest, see what happened there. But USA takes the win. Of course, United States will play tomorrow against Puerto Rico. I think we pretty much got it locked up. Like I said, United States basketball team is going to win. I'm calling it now. If we don't win the gold medal, we are making a redeem team on crack to come in next time there's the Olympics, because we really shouldn't lose this year. I mean, it's pretty easy to say we'll win. One thing I want to talk about was MLB trade deadline. I want to talk a little about the Orioles. They traded for a lot of pitchers. I think you would have ideally seen that was because the subpar play from the pitcher, some of the pitchers near the end. I think they really just want to turn things around because we have a lot of good pitchers from the start. Corbin Burns. You have good starting pitchers, but this other pitchers haven't been too terribly good. I remember a few games where pitchers have just sold it for us. So I think it was very good that we got those pitchers to help out, because trade deadline, it's basically you want to look at everything you have. You want to look at the good stuff and you want to look at the bad stuff, and then you want to attack the terrible stuff. And the terrible stuff, what I would say, would be our backup pitchers, because, like I said, the starting pitchers have been pretty good, but the backup pitchers needed some work. So we got them help there. So I think that is pretty solid what we did. I like what we did there. I like some of the moves. Then you have Paul Skeens getting 100 strikeouts. That man is an animal. That man is going to be, I'd like to say, one of the best pitchers of all time. He's probably the best pitching prospect we've seen in a very long time. So it's not hard to say he could be one of the best in the league. Well, he's already one of the best in the league. He could be one of the best or the best next year. And then in his whole career, he could be one of the best of all time. He's already in the running for the Cy Young Award now. And it's his first year. He already has 100 Ks, and he didn't even start at the beginning of the season. So he's that good. He throws, you've seen him play, you know what I'm talking about. So he is going insane. He's going to be the best pitchers of all time, in my opinion. I think people can agree with that. You never know. Everybody has their own opinions. I have my opinion. Other people have their opinions, and you just gotta respect that. So But I always like criticism, so if you got any, leave it down. And then we have Holiday hitting his first major league home run, and it being a grand slam. That is what you like to see from your young players. He had a very rough start when he first came out to the show in the beginning of the season. He did not do well. He had trouble hitting. He had trouble getting on bases. It was bad. Like, all you knew is after the first few games, it took him, he didn't even get a hit his first game, I don't believe. And you just want to see him go back down, have some more time, because I think the expectations put on him and the history he has in his family for baseball, it was a lot of pressure for him, especially how young he is, the mental, you don't know how mentally strong he was. I think the first time he came out, it was a very just hard time for him to get his feet set. He needed that first major hit. He needed that first major moment in the first game. It didn't come, and he lost his confidence, I think. So I think after losing his confidence, struggling, putting him down was a good choice. And then finally bringing him up, you'd see, all right, we're going to give you a second chance, and we're going to see how this works. Might be your last chance of the season. We'll see. The kid goes out there, hits a home run grand slam. It's just amazing to see. It puts a smile on your face. So it's just really cool to see the young core the Orioles have start to really shine. I mean, Gunnar Henderson is going amazing. He's going great. He's going crazy. Anthony Santander, he's over 30 home runs now. He's going crazy. Ali Rushman, Holiday just got his first thing. But just talking about all the young players the Orioles, like Colton Cowser, you just have so many young players on the Orioles. You just can't not want to watch them because you know they're going to be so much better than what they are now. Well, they can get so much better than what they are now, like some of the younger players. And you just think of how many young players they have and how much better they can get. It's just crazy to think, how good they are now. And a lot of players are really young. They're not veterans in the league yet. They haven't had the same experience as other people. So it's just mind-blowing to me that you can be this good already having as many young players as you have. So Orioles are going to be very good for a long time, in my opinion. So seeing the Orioles still do good, but seeing these things not go right for you. So basically, I open trading cards. I have these cards that were redeemable, and you guess a player hitting a home run, and then you can double down for 425 home run, and you get an X, a special version of the card you get. Basically, I had 3 of them. 2 of them that they were playing got a hit. Nothing else. They got a run, a hit. I think combined, the 2 players got 2 hits and a run. And then my 3rd player, unfortunately, was Mike Trout. And, I forgot he was injured, so I redeemed him oh, it's going to be great. I'm oh, wait, he's injured. And found the news out recently that he was oh, I might be able to come back soon. He was looking like he could come back, at the end of July. And then he was out. He's out for the rest of the season, which sucks because a player like Mike Trout you love to watch. He's really good at baseball. He's really fun to watch, like I said. And I want to get a card because, I'm a card collector. I thought it would be fun. But I was 0 for 3 for my card redemptions, which sucks, but I have some cool stuff in my collection already, and I've gotten stuff graded that is not going to be back for a little while. So that sucks to wait, but when I do get them back, I'll show them probably to you guys, the reveal of them. If they're bad, though, we'll see if I still show them, just because it would be kind of embarrassing, because a lot of these cards I've had since I was young, so I didn't, take as good care of them as I should have. I didn't think I was going to collect cards back then, but young kid, mess with things a lot. So some of the cards I hope are still in good condition because it could be worth some money. And then some cards I just want to have for fun, like personal collection reasons. But, it is what it is. But going back to redemptions, Mike Trout, that was the most heartbreaking one for me. Just because you finally get the player where you really do think can hit that homer, maybe either the double down you really think can double down, and he's injured for the rest of the season. So you won't be able to get anything from that. So, but I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. I hope he gets healthy and can play really well soon. And it just sucks to see a player like him get injured. So, going into the Cy Young Award ranking, I went to ESPN and I looked at the predictor. So far, you have for American League, first place for the Cy Young rankings right now by ESPN. Emmanuel Class, you have Cleveland with 4 wins, 1 loss. You have Corbin Barnes at number 2 with Baltimore Orioles, 11 wins, 4 losses. He's been doing pretty good. We love to see it. If he doesn't win the Cy Young Awards, it's okay, but World Series trophy, that would look a lot better. Number 3, Seth Lugo, Kansas City Royals with 13 wins, 5 losses. Tariq Schoolball, number 4, Detroit, 12 wins, 3 losses. Number 5, Craig Kimbrell. Okay, it's a little crazy. This is ESPN, just predictor though. So Craig Kimbrell, number 5 for the Baltimore Orioles, 6 wins, 3 losses. Then you have number 6, Grayson Rodriguez, Baltimore Orioles, 13 wins, 4 losses. Luis Gil, New York Yankees, 11 wins, 5 losses. Ronald Blanco, Houston, 9 wins, 5 losses. This is just going top 10, it says. Framber Valdez, Houston, 10 wins, 5 losses. And Tanner Bibby for Cleveland, again, 9 wins, 4 losses. Of course, seeing those Baltimore names, I like it a lot. You love to see your players in a running for something. This is, of course, the predictor, because I just want to see what this is like different from an actual ranking. Which, Corbin Burns, number 2. I would love to see him win. I think he can win. I think he just needs to go at a more steady pace, because some of the games I was watching, he's a little off, but I think he's been doing great this season. So I think he can win. You'd love to see him win, so we'll see where that goes. And then the NL, you have Chris Sale, Atlanta, 13 wins, 3 losses. Ryan Helsley, St. Louis, 4 wins, 4 losses. Robert Suarez, 6 wins, 1 loss. Aaron Nola, 11 wins, 4 losses. Ryan Helsley for St. Louis, Robert Suarez for San Diego. And then Aaron Nola for Phillies, I said that one. Zach Wheeler for Philadelphia, 10 wins, 5 losses. Ranger Suarez, 10 wins, 5 losses, also for Philly. Tanner Scott, Miami, 6 wins, 5 losses. Dylan Cease, San Diego, 11 wins, 8 losses. Hector Neris, Chicago, 8 wins, 3 losses. And then Gavin Stone, Los Angeles Dodgers, 9 wins, 4 losses. Like I said, you'd love to see Corbin Burnes win, in my opinion, as he is my pitcher. I do think he has a chance to win because he has been very good this year. But like I said earlier, a World Series win would be a lot better for the Orioles. I mean, of course, you want to see, your team win, but you want to see your team win, but of course, you just got to see how it goes. So, playoff pictures, the AL leaders, Cleveland Guardians, you have Baltimore Orioles, New York Yankees, and Houston Astros. For the AL wild card, the first 4 in it, the Baltimore Orioles are number 1, New York Yankees are number 2, Kansas City Royals are number 3, and the Minnesota Twins are number 4. As I said, You can call me biased, you can call me crazy. I do think the Orioles have a shot of winning the World Series. It might just be my bias showing. I love the Orioles. I like our players. I like what we're doing. And if not this year, very soon we could win one. And then you can go to the NL leaders, Philadelphia, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Milwaukee Brewers. And in the NL wild card, you have Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres, and Arizona Diamondbacks. The Phillies have been very good this year. I think if any team would come from that side, it would be the Phillies or the Dodgers, just because Dodgers, you've seen their team, you know what they have. They're dangerous, and the Phillies, like I said, they're always good. They're always good in usually regular season, but a lot of times you see them choke. Like a few years ago, you had the infamous. They went to the World Series. You're like, oh, they had this. They were doing really good, and then they crashed off the mountain. So I feel like sometimes they just don't do really good in the playoffs. But you'd love to see them go over the Dodgers. I don't know why I don't like the Dodgers as much. I think it's just because I don't know. Something about the Dodgers throws me off. But Phillies would be cool to go against. But I want the Orioles to win. No doubt about that. But thank you guys for watching this episode of JB Sports with your host, Jonathan Burton. And have a great day. Have a great weekend. And tomorrow, I should have my SummerSlam prediction video going up before the pay-per-view. So, I'll try to aim for 4 to 5. We'll see what happens, though, because I'm on vacation. Everything's crazy. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.